What's happening, guys? Captain Shamu here. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. So we're gonna just talk for a little bit about the Seattle Seahawks and their recent success. So, if anyone who doesn't know, the Seattle Seahawks have clinched the playoffs from winning against the Rams and the Packers losing to the Lions. So first off, I'd like to say thank you, Detroit Lions, for that. That was the greatest thing you could have done for us. So, Seattle made the playoffs. Geno Smith is going to play in his first ever playoff game. What do we expect? Well, considering we get to play in kind of the afternoon time is awesome to me. The only thing not so great is that we're playing the 49ers, who we couldn't beat at all this year. Like, we struggled to beat them. Because we didn't obviously beat them. We struggled all season long. But I think if we focus up, we can do it. First, it starts with stopping Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa terrorized our defense through both games. He's a great pass rusher, one of the most elite pass rushers in the game. We got to find a way to neutralize him, keep him a minimal threat. That means instead of looking for the deep passes, we try to go for some quick passes, or we try to get that run game going. This 49ers defense can be penetrated. We saw it with Jarrett Stidham, came in there, and he had a game against them. We can do it too. Geno Smith is definitely beyond Jarrett Stidham's skill level. So, I say, we look for those quick passes. I'm not saying slant every play or little ins and outs, but, just mix it up. But don't be trying to give Geno like 20 hours to try to throw deep pass. Nick Bosa will easily get past Charles Cross and Abe Lucas. They're both they're both rookies, and while they have developed this year, they're not ready at this level yet. Second, we need to work on the defense. First time we played the Niners, they killed our defense, absolutely. Second time around, we did a little bit better with them. But we have to first stop Christian McCaffrey. He's a big threat. We got to stop George Kittle because he murdered our defense both times he played. Or no, I think he only played one time against us. I think he was hurt in the second game. So in that other game, he murdered us on our defense. Couldn't stop him for whatever reason. Those are two biggest threats. We take those out, Brock Purdy's going to have to try to make some plays. Which, if we can make him try to make plays, we could possibly get him to make mistakes. Yes, Brock Purdy seems to be the Jesus of the 49ers. But he's not invincible. He will eventually make a mistake if we just be patient and get to it. The other thing with our defense is we need to learn how to stop the damn run game. While we did beat the Rams today, Cam Akers had 100 yards in us. Cam Akers isn't good as a running back. But that's else for a different time. Anything else I want to add? Just, we got to remain focused. We can't be thinking to next week if we beat the Niners. We have to think about now. Treat this as if it's a regular season game, but except the only difference is that you lose and you go home. And there's a possibility maybe we can pull off the upset. So, with that said now, let's move over to draft picks. We officially end up with the 5th overall draft pick, a top 5 pick, due to the Broncos winning today. Which means now, originally I wanted to get Jalen Carter, but I don't know if Jalen Carter is going to go down that far to number 5. If he doesn't, there's also the option of Will Anderson, but Will Anderson is taken in the first 3 picks without a doubt, unless someone trades up for a quarterback. So, Seattle, if they're there, Jalen Carter is the move you want to make. I think he is the guy we need to pick, and that's all I'm going to say on draft, really, because I have not really been keeping up with anything after Jalen Carter, to be honest with you. He's kind of like my guy. He's the guy I want to draft. So, let's see if we can make that happen, obviously. On to other things. The Detroit Lions. We eliminated them, and everyone told us, oh, well, they're not going to play for anything. They're just going to give Green Bay the win. I watched 40 4 quarters, 60 minutes of Detroit Lions football for the first time in my life. Because I depended on them. And they showed up. So thank you, Detroit, for that. Very much appreciated. So people want to talk about concerns of injuries. People say Jamal Adams might be back for this game. Haven't heard anything for that. Rashad Penny, haven't heard anything. In all honesty, the one of the two we could use very much is Jamal Adams. I think Jamal Adams was going to have a great year in the league before he got the unfortunate injury trying to tackle Russell Wilson. And ultimately, it hurt. You know, it sucked. And I think it definitely took a toll on our defense, because I think with him, our defense would have been a little bit better. Wouldn't have allowed as much rushing. But, you know, haven't heard anything on injuries of those two guys. I do, if either of them do come back, okay, here. I already said Jamal. If Rashad Penny comes back, I see him getting some carries, but Kenneth Walker has basically established himself as the #1 back in Seattle. He is the future. Rashad Penny will probably go into free agency this year and sign with somebody else. But you never know. Pete might be like, well, come back for another year because you got hurt. But probably not, because Rashad Penny's been hurt most of his career. He's made of glass, basically, at this point. Which is very unfortunate, because I actually like Rashad Penny. I do. I thought, you know, he was going to be something special, and you know, it's just fortunate he can't. If he can't stay healthy, he's not going to be able to do what we want him to do. So, there's that on that. You know, I don't really got anything else except, you know, just some takeaways from the season. We came in with the worst odds to make the playoffs probably to start the year. I think nobody counted us with a chance to make the playoffs, to be honest with you. Week 1, no one counted us to win. We did win. And then after that, it got better. We went to 6-3. And then after 6-3, we fell 4 of 5 games, losing to Carolina and losing to Las Vegas, which was embarrassing. After that, we picked up a win against the Jets, and we came in this week with ambitions that we need to win, and we did win. So, I mean, you know, it's not really how you start a season, it's really how you finish. Anything can change at a time. And I'm not going to sit here acting like, oh yeah, I knew we were going to make playoffs. No, I didn't. In fact, I was one of the people who basically said Geno Smith isn't going to do shit. And boy, did he prove me and every other motherfucker in this league wrong. He now holds the record for most passing yards in a season by a Seattle quarterback, in franchise history, by the way. And the franchise record for most completions in a season. And I'm pretty sure he owns it for passer completion, too. That's probably one, too. I just didn't see that earlier. Geno absolutely proved everybody wrong this year. And he's not going to win MVP, you know, not going to happen. There's other people like Patty Mahomes and Jalen Hurts who are probably going to be up in the running for that. But if Geno's probably going to most likely win Comeback Player of the Year. Being a backup for about 8 years of your career, after 2 years of being a starter on a Jets team that wasn't much, and, you know, coming here now to be a starter in Seattle where you actually have weapons to use, you can see what Geno Smith is capable of doing. And he's actually really good. So, you know, formally, I'd like to go on the internet right now and say I apologize to Geno Smith for basically writing him off. Because he never wrote back to any of us. Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf are still a very elite duo wide receiver threat. Lockett did get hurt near the end of the season with that plate in his hands and the metal rods, but obviously that hadn't seemed to affect him too much as he made some good catches and that touchdown to help us win that game today. DK, you know, you're still dropping a few balls, my guy, but you're not too damn bad yourself. So, I mean, don't get yourself, you know, riled up or anything. Just focus on the mentality. This is playoff time, okay? The offensive line this year was probably one of our best we've had in years. I like to say Russell Wilson also, though, was kind of a problem with it. The way Russ would do it, he would scramble too much, I feel like, in my opinion, taking too many sacks, which then the O-line would get blamed for, obviously. Very unfortunate. So then, you know, Geno Smith comes in this year, and Geno doesn't try to scramble. He doesn't try to get sacked at all in general, really. Yeah, he got sacked a good amount of times this season. I think it was around like 20 to 30, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, though. This is the best, though. Rookie Charles Cross and Abraham Lucas secured the edges, and they did a pretty good job. They're rookies. They made mistakes this year, but they're developing. So I liked it. Then you had, then really Damian Lewis had a comeback year for himself. Austin Blythe and Gabe Jackson, they were there, and they were doing a little bit here and there. You know, I think by far this is the best O-line we've had in a long time. I feel like it's only going to get better over time. Let's talk about the defense. I'm going to say it right away. The run game was horrendous. It was terrible all year long. We could not stop it for some reason. I like to give some credit, though, to Al Woods and Uchenna Nwosu. They came in there and made a play. Bruce Irvin came back to Seattle, and he kind of balled for a little bit. 4 sacks on the year. Pretty damn good for himself. Didn't get to see a lot of Boy Mafe on the defense for linebackers. Really wish we did, because he looks like if we give him more snaps, he's going to look pretty good for us. You know, and I'm not saying that just, you know, to be biased or whatever. It's the truth. He looks good. We should let him play, obviously. But that's not our choice. That's Pete Carroll's choice. Next year, he'll probably get a lot more snaps as he develops. Now, let's talk about DBs. You know what I'm talking about. The Defensive Player of the Year, in my opinion, Tariq Woolen. What a guy. 5th round pick at a UTSA. He absolutely balled for us. 6 interceptions. That's more than other said rookies that I will not name, who I don't really like too much. You know he is on the Jets. But Tariq this year, in my opinion, should be Defensive Rookie of the Year. He's just all of that. He really is. Now, his counterpart, Kobe Bryant and Michael Jackson, they had very solid seasons themselves. And Kobe, I think, what was it? He had 4 forced fumbles, which was really good. Michael Jackson, you know, he was just really tight on coverage. He did pretty good for his first year as kind of like a starter, obviously. I wish we got to see more Trey Brown, but he was hurt most of the year still, so, you know, kind of ins and outs. He'll get back in there, though, probably next year and get some more snaps. Safety-wise, Quandre Diggs, he didn't look so hot in the first half of the season, but towards the end here, he's kind of balled out lately. He had those 2 picks against Derek Carr, that 1 pick against Mike White, and then today against Baker Mayfield on that deep bomb, which basically sealed it for us. Which was incredible. And on the other side, you know, the one safety I want to point out is Ryan Neal. He stepped up in a big way when Jamal Adams went out, and he actually balled very well. And I think he's a very well-talented safety. He's actually, I think, at one point the highest-rated safety in the league. But, you know, I'm not going to go into that too much because I'm not sure if that was true or not. I know he's pretty high ranked at one point. Lately, he's been hurt, though, unfortunately, with that knee injury. That aching knee injury keeps affecting him, his play time. But I really think he stepped up in a big way in the wake of Jamal Adams not being there. Give it up to our kicker and punter also. You know, they're people too. Great seasons by them. Jason Myers almost fucked us today. Badly. But that's okay. You made it up. But I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Let me know what your predictions of the game is going to be on Saturday. Also, let me know what you enjoyed most about this season of Seattle. If you guys want to see more content like this, please let me know. I will gladly do it. And with that said, I'm probably just going to let y'all go for the night. See you guys later. And I'm out.